everybody? It's your boy, That Comics Guy. For today's video, I thought I'd talk about Goldberg versus Lesnar. Now, for those of you who have been watching the WWE, you know that these two titans, if you will, have wrestled each other before. Now, of course, back in 2004, which was their first storied rivalry, I was obviously much younger, and me and my brother could not wait for these two to fight in the ring. It was a story that was leading up to WrestleMania 20. Lesnar was like 25, 26 years old. Goldberg was like in his mid to maybe late 30s. So that was their first, the first time they were leading up to fighting each other. Now, the storyline leading up to that match in Mania 20 was, at the time, and I still believe now, very popular and very exciting. It was just, you just could not wait for these two titans to fight each other in the ring. You could not wait. Okay, Lesnar was just being presented as this unstoppable behemoth of a man that could not be stopped. Okay, he was just destroying people left and right. He beat The Rock, etc. Goldberg, of course, was from WCW. He had that winning streak that went for like 180 something wins. He was a champion, I think, a couple of times. His first reign was definitely the most popular reign, though. And he just, it was unbelievable. These were two guys who really shocked the wrestling world at its core. Lo and behold, the storyline is taking effect. It's taking shape. They meet each other at WrestleMania 20 with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special guest referee. And that match was one of the worst matches ever in WrestleMania history. Just one of the worst matches ever. At the time, I couldn't believe it, but the match was what it was. It was a piece of crap. Now, fast forward to 2012, you have Lesnar come back, shock the wrestling world, surprise Cena, and basically comes back as a part-timer. Now, this Lesnar that came back then at 2012, this was a different Lesnar. This was not the Lesnar from 04 that left after WrestleMania 20. This was more of a rejuvenated / older Lesnar that the company wanted people to take more seriously. So he comes back, he F5 Cena. He loses to Cena, but that's okay. Okay, because Cena's that golden boy. They can't have him lose like that, whatever. But fast forward to Mania 30, and they slowly but surely emphasize that Lesnar was not somebody to be messed with. So he was allowed to defeat Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. It shocked the wrestling world. It happened. It was unbelievable. Everybody's over it by now, but still to this day, it's still, when you think about it, it's really a wild type of a moment that's going to go down in wrestling history. It was just crazy. So now, Goldberg was a guy that on and off, he kept saying he wasn't sure if he was going to come back. On and off, And lo and behold, they dropped a big clue with WWE 2K16. I'm sorry, 2K16, 2K17, I can't remember, where you see the trailer for Goldberg's return. He gets in the car, he looks out the window, he sees a sign for Suplex City. That was a big clue. And he's up there in age. Goldberg's like 48, 49 years old. He's pushing 50, but when you look at him in the ring, it's almost like he doesn't age. He almost looks the same like he did years ago. So, fast forward to a couple of months ago, you see the storyline, it builds up. and these guys have one hell of a confrontation. The story is better than I think the one, just as good, if not better than the one from Mania 20, that storyline from back then. But because Lesnar's different now, he's not the same he was back then. This is a match. This was a match leading up to a Survivor Series 2 months ago that you could take seriously. Lo and behold, they have their match, and Goldberg destroys Lesnar in a minute and 30 seconds or something like that. Now, the main point I wanted to get to is if these guys have a rematch, which I think is going to happen at Mania 33, I think this needs to be their last match. Okay, as popular as the original storyline and the one from a couple of months ago had been, they can't keep having Goldberg face Lesnar. They can't keep doing that. Okay, it's bad enough that Roman Reigns is so uncharismatic that he couldn't, and the company was really kissing his ass and pushing him that he was supposed to be the one to beat Lesnar. Okay, but the company just could not build up the right person to get that rub to defeat the one who beat the streak. So it's Goldberg back in action. My point is they can't keep having these two go at it. Otherwise, it's going to be repetitive. I think if they do have this match, people are already going to be tired of it. So let this be the blow-off match, WWE. Let this be the blow-off match. No more matches between these two at Mania 30. Let there be a winner. Okay? Maybe it's going to be Lesnar again. I don't know. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are at the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.